Here we go.
This year.
Oh, well, Kevin, I'm always interested in the rookies, seeing which guys step up. The leap to the NBA can be a huge one, so you never know what will happen with some of these young players. And look at the
starters for the Cavaliers. Porzingis is out there with Jason Tatum. Then it's Ball. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's LaVine at the small forward position. And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That's his first foul. Avdia, the pass to Simons. There's the triple. It's the three-point bomb.
Well, you got to get out on the head if you're the defense. Simons, too big a threat from deep.
Here's Mitchell. And that. One drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Over.
I was able to talk to Chauncey Billups for a minute. Now he's worried it's going to be one of those nights when Donovan Mitchell just goes off. He told me it's like guarding a ticking time bomb. You never know when he's going to blow up, but you're anticipating it. So coach is expecting the best out of his team, preparing for the worst. Guys?
Thank you, David. And now, just over a minute played here in the first. Tatum against Grant. 6 on the shot clock. Nice spin off the left rim and in. For Cleveland inbound, 2 or 3 here to start off the game. LaVine. And it's Portland with the rebound. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, for that loss, you can credit their defense or lack thereof. Too many breakdowns on that end of the floor.
Some of it was solid from their opponent, but they didn't have any teeth with their defense. Need to be more active than they were.
Hey, Greg, what about Jeremy Grant? He's had about every role you can imagine on any team he's played on.
And Kevin, he started out as a second-round pick, hoping to just make a team. He's been a bench spark plug, a starter, even a number 1 option in Detroit for a couple years. Grant's done it all.
LaVine, good.
Boy, LaVine just glides off the bounce. He is very difficult to stay in front of.
Simons, the pass to Avdia. There's Williams. Rebound by Mitchell.
Look, I'll give him an A for effort for trying to dog through the defense, but maybe he should ease up on that one just a little bit.
Now, here's Mitchell. 35 points for him last game against Indiana.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals.
Timeout, timeout. He hits resistance inside his
started.
And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. This is the list of last season's top shooters from the charities. These guys were practically automatic. Fifth is Anthony Simons.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. Here's Rupert. Sinks that one from the post.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's Porzingis. Good. It's Tatum picking up the assist.
Determination from Porzingis through that contact.
Portland's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Three-pointer, Simon. That's no good, and now he's missed 2, another 2. Levine kicks the ball. Screen by Porzingis. Ball, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Simons from outside. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Nice move. And Levine lays it in.
Did you see that? Crossed the defender up and left him grasping at air.
That's a move you've been bragging about all night. It's going to be online everywhere. Anytime you get a guy on the ground, you've got the right to talk some trash.
Now here's Levine.
He's just a ridiculous athlete. Like, for me, I enjoy watching Zach LaVine use that athleticism to the fullest.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Right now, you just need a bucket to get some momentum. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Levine. He's got 6.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just basically does something.
That's rebounded by Cleveland. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Idea against Levine. And he drives in. Nice 4 for 7 for the floor with that shot.
A ridiculous athlete. I love when Levine puts it on the deck and goes through the lane like that.
Here's Rupert. Covered by Mitchell. Outside, Simon. From outside, off the mark.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
And we've got a 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Hey guys, well this year marked the loss of Blazers great, Hall of Famer, and truly a one-of-one, Bill Walton. One of the greatest big men this league has ever seen, known for his incredible passing skills, and off the court, he was just as dedicated to assisting others and making the world a better place. Guys, there is no question Bill Walton will be missed.
His legacy carries on. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. Andre Ayton's checked in for the Trailblazers. Avdia gets the bucket.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys get into air, just disappearing like they're going there, you gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Yeah, a big part of this run here has been their ability to score from mid-range.
Stolen by Ball. To the inside. By Levine.
Such a fluid play. Levine is in the air, right on cue to put a smooth finish on that alley-oop.
And the Trailblazers with possession here. They trail by 9 points. Simons, the pass to Avdia. And another turnover here by Portland.
And let's take a moment to look at some stats for Tatum. He's coming off an excellent season. How about 27 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists? And when they need to add defense, that's who they look to.
It's hard to find defensive spark plugs, but he is one of them. The whole team comes alive on D when he's in the game.
Porzingis on the foul.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Simons against Ball. Now, here's Simons. 9 points in the game so far. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Ayton, the pass to Williams.
Come get it.
Now Ayton. Over Levine.
And they've had chances to score inside, just unable to convert.
Ball feeling it out a bit. Here he goes.
Hey, yo, I see him right here.
Lays it up off the glass.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Bounce pass, Simons. Pass to Ayton. Shot to stop the ball. And Ayton throws it down.
With his length, Ayton can easily get to the rim. In fact, he almost makes it look too easy.
Ayton against Tatum.
Put it back.
Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Trailblazers trail by 11. Here's Rupert, who's coming off a 13-point game against the Lakers. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up to Cleveland. And the record-setting season continues for him. Now up over 30 wins.
And well, you're talking maybe only 15 times in the history of the NBA has a team cleared 30 road wins in a single season. And in that group, a lot of teams that went on to win the championship. I think a lot of people would say this team is the favorite to go all the way.
No coverage that time. Simons has got 11.
And good work from the mid-range. Simons doesn't need a lot of wiggle room to feel comfortable.
The three from Tatum. Trains the three-pointer. And the Cavaliers lead by 12.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
And a wide-open shot from Abdia. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage.
Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
And look at how the hustle game has been going for Cleveland.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Right now, I send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Blazers are in the midst of a rebuild. Coach Chauncey Billups said it's been a tough couple of years. I'm just here every day grinding through it, helping my guys the best I can. I'm ready for that challenge and that pressure to go out and compete with these best teams. In the NBA, Kevin, this sort of thing takes time.
A lot of time, but the West is tough, David. Thank you. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Jeremy Grant picks one up.
We talked about the guys who play bigger than their listed size, and Donovan Mitchell is at the top of that list.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Henderson's checked in. Bridge, there's something amazing about Donovan Mitchell. He averages over 20 points per game every single season.
He's just a natural, talented scorer. He beats you in so many different ways. What I like most about his numbers, they go up in the postseason.
Here's Ball. The Blazers getting the bucket. Some solid defense from Ayton.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
Henderson left side. Tatum. On pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Cavaliers lead by 14. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And looking at what we've seen, Cavaliers pretty much in control here, it would appear.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the offense.
Grant steps in at 4 with Ayton, the big man in the middle. Then it's Henderson. And it's Benton in at the 2 spot. They're the group that Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Pass to Kamare. And here is Grant, guarded by Levine. Ayton with it. Good, and Grant gets the assist. Ayton's got 6.
And that field goal percentage, just hard to stop Ayton when he gets the ball that deep.
Mitchell outside. Inside. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
What's the rule?
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Grant gets a wide open look. Again, the miss by Grant.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
The height of Porzingis gives him an edge on that offensive glass, and he uses it.
Got a piece of it. Here's Mitchell. Here's Mitchell with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Yeah, once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
The 9-foot shot. And Ayton, the bucket on the assist by Henderson. Ayton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Already a gifted passer. Henderson has solid vision. Such a young player. And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps. Last season, he played outstanding. Around 20 points per game last season. 7 rebounds and 2 assists. And what a force he is on the glass. Just inhales rebounds.
And he can go around his opponent, over his opponent, through his opponent. A true triple threat. Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
I see him.
Here's the break. Pass to Grant. Lets it go with a 3. Porzingis with the rebound.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Yeah, straight up, guys. Like, he's ice cold, like freezing. What's colder than cold? But you don't have to shoot it, my guy. It's okay to pass the ball.
Shots good by Benton. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Henderson passes to Ayton. To the paint. And Ayton throws it down.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw the finish, which often leaves someone open.
Ball against it. And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up. The Cavaliers have been perfect at the line so far, being just 2 for 2.
And going back a season ago, they were the average team at about 76% altogether.
A different look now for Portland. Williams comes in for Jeremy Grant. And it's Simons in for Scoot Henderson.
Taken third overall in 2020. LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second play. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Trailblazers third.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Williams passes to Aiden, throws it down.
Aiden is there when he is truly dangerous. He can just continue rolling with force all night long.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. A step-back shot here. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Tatum's got 11 points.
The offensive successes do in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Mitchell against Simons. Oh, pops it off the glass. Wow.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Stolen away. Driving inside. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers.
Get on Tatum.
Outside Tatum. Tatum taking it in. The Trailblazers pull it in. Aiton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Simons. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And each season, it seems like Anthony Simons is given more and more responsibility.
And you can understand why. He's proven to be a versatile scorer, and now you're seeing him take the next step with his playmaking. And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Now look, when Porzingis has it there, there's not much you can do defensively.
Trailblazers trail by 15. Pass to Rupert. Avdia on the wing. Guarded by Levine. Shot not blocked. There's Williams. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. And the basket by Tatum.
3.
Set it up.
Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Los Angeles Lakers. Simons with a screen on Mitchell. Outside, Simons. Drains it from beyond the arc. Simons has got 5 points now this quarter.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Mitchell a screen on Simons. Here's Ball. Williams with the defensive effort. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity. Greg, every year we have the Best Teammate Award. What are some of those qualities that you want to put on a great teammate?
You know, Kevin, you want guys who make you better and who make it fun to come to work every day. In the end, teammates are like family. So trust, commitment, and just enjoying being with one another. It matters.
And Portland making a change here. Grant's checked in. Tatum against Grant. Jammed by Tatum.
One of the craziest dunks we've seen. Tatum with the bounce.
And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. It's a 13-point game. And here's the fast break. Paul leading the way. Tatum capping off the alley-oop.
Terrific lob, and Tatum takes care of the rest. This is how it's done. Those passes dunk themselves.
Simons, the pass to Williams. Porzingis with the block. Here's Tatum. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Denny Avdia picks one up. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Really a good season for him overall last year when you look at the number, 83% from the line.
Team foul. At the line for the Cavaliers, Jason Tatum.
What strikes me about Jason Tatum is really his versatility. He's got any move for any situation that you throw at him. His moves have moves. His counters have counters. That is a man that can finish plays or make them.
They recover it. Off the run. It's held in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. He goes 2 points. 14 points for Porzingis.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Simons, the pass to Grant.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Who's got the ball?
A teardrop falls in.
One make in 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
And it's off the back rim. No good. Trailblazers trail by 18. Down low. Here's Williams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Williams has got his first bucket of the night.
When Williams gets positioned inside, he just looks to dominate physically, and then he shows you the skill set on top of it.
Pass to Simons. And Ball comes to help. Simons with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Williams dishes to Avdia.
Screen.
Shot clock at 6. Grant for 3. Sinks the triple. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Porzingis sets the pick for Levine. Left side Tatum. Over Grant. He turns that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Tatum's got 23.
And they work the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's Simons. Nice D from Porzingis.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of it.
Horrible mistake right there. You hate to see unforced turnovers like that.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the first half. Avdia against Levine. Avdia, the pass to Williams. No good on that one. Nice D from Porzingis.
Just an ugly show for him offensively. Yep, no way to describe it, just ugly, and that hasn't helped.
Levine kicks the ball. It'll count. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Cleveland. Their lead at 15 going into the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly.
Welcome. One team is driving and the other, well, they're just being driven.
Rough road ahead, Ernie. Check your tires.
Uh-oh. One of these teams got a flat, and it doesn't look like they have roadside assistance.
Ooh, that reminds me, I'm due for an oil change. I better grab an appointment. And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the Trailblazers.
They have to lock it down to fit.
And that's a halftime wrap.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He is terrific.
Always wants to be a go-to guy for them.
Timeout.
Calling for the ball even more in this half.
Started.
Checking out the group for Kenny Atkinson to start the second half. LaMelo Ball is out there with Mitchell. And there's Porzingis. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Tatum in at the 4 slot. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Get ready to dance like everybody's watching.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Victor Wembanyama, number 1.
It happened so often. I'd say to myself, there's no way he can get to that shot, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it go down as another ball.
Edwards, Williamson, offensive rebound. Morant outside. Slams it down right on top of Robert Williams.
And man, does Morant put on a show. He's got such insane athleticism.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Down by 15.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Rebound by Williams. The Trailblazers shooting 40% from the field. Here's Rupert. Grant for 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Grant's got 10.
Gotta know where Grant is at all times. He loves wiggling free from that bench.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 5 to start the second.
Great teamwork, actuated by a strong defender. Yeah, tonight's execution running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Williams on the bench. Blows the alley-oop jam. Trailblazers trail by 10. Now some of our give undeserved defensive player of the year consideration in his rookie year.
And Kevin, I can see where they're coming from. His team went from a bottom 5 defense to a top 5 defense when he was on the floor. His impact is amazing. I'll tell you, we're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum. Things are firing cylinders for them right now. We'll see if they can keep it going.
Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
That's just the pure strength and explosiveness of Williamson. Easily finishes there through the contact.
And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul.
And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
2 minutes to review the play.
fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. Pete Seeger going to review so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. Double-checking, and the game continues on.
And Cleveland making a change here. Porzingis has checked in. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Kevin, Anthony Simons came into the NBA at age 19 and paid his dues, working his way up from the end of the bench to a starting role. Coach Chauncey Billups says he just believes he's one of the best players in the NBA. Confidence is a big thing. Well, Kevin, you certainly earned it. Back to you.
I would totally agree with you, D.A. Thank you so much.
Any trip that ends with Morant going to the hoop, it's great for his team.
Morant with the steal. Inside. Edwards flies up and finishes the alley-oop.
The stunning athletic ability of Edwards going up high for that alley-oop.
Trailblazers trail by 10. Pass to Rupert. Beyond the wing. Sweet move. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And as for last season, he was a 74% shooter at the line.
So he gets them both. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Morant against Simon. And down in the low post it goes.
He gets a lot of defensive attention, but Morant, he can expect this type of rough scene anytime he takes it inside.
Fades. It's short off the rim.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Portland now guards 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Williams finishes on Simon. And Morant gets it to go.
Oh, one thing about Ja, he's determined.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Outside, Avdia. 11 feet away. It's rebounded by Cleveland. They led the game at 1 point by 20.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just let off.
Here's Porzingis, and he uses the glass on the lane. Porzingis has got 16.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Williams, and it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
Morant outside. That 3 off the mark. Trailblazers trail by 12. Avdia gets the bucket. Avdia's got 6 here in this quarter.
You love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
Nice D from Porzingis. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And it's good off the back rim and in. Ingram's got his first points of the game. For Portland, they've gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half.
And now only 1 away from being in the paint.
Ayton, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Delano Banton.
Timeout.
And Fernie Simon. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
So look at some stats for Anthony Edwards. Great showing for him last season. Putting up about 26 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. When you have a shooter like him off the bench, it makes scoring so much easier for the bench.
Guys like that can really stretch your weapons offensively.
That is getting the Cavaliers rate back down to just 10 points and the bucket from Ayton.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Williamson in the post. Looking on Grant. Oh, he misses the dunk. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Porzingis with the block.
Those long arms of Porzingis are a serious factor on defense.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Grant against Ingram. Blocked again.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. This helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high quality shooter.
Stolen by Avdia. And now Avdia pushing it up and no one back to stop it. And finished off by Avdia.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely great. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to goals. That's just textbook right there.
He puts it again.
His monster defensive night continues, piling up the blocks.
In this team's proud history, he just equaled the most blocks in a game. Now think of that.
And that's big-time stuff there. Morant looking unafraid to go get those lobs and finish them.
Here's Banton. Launches a 3. Here's Ayton. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
decision-making.
Morant left side. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Manton, the pass to Williams. This is the easy stuff.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. You've got to be embarrassed by that.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Benton. Here's another rebound.
Boy, this guy plays hard, acting like every board is his.
Would you believe he's tied the team record for most rebounds in a game? I mean, this is unbelievable.
Silky three-point shot by Ingram. Just goes to the arc and knocks it down.
Outside, Avdia. Grant for 3. Good. Nice assist for Williams. Williams has got 3 assists in the game. 1:52 left in the third quarter. And it's Ingram missing. And so is Avdia with it. And he brings it up for Portland. 6-point game. No good from Grant.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
That one goes in.
Closer in. Look, let me just tell you, Morant, he's going to find a way to score. He just has such a fantastic touch around the rim.
R.J. Morant has always had unquestionable talent. Now it's a question of can he focus on his game?
And you hope he had his wake-up call. Still one of the most exciting players in the game. His burst and bounce, one of a kind.
And Morant throws it down.
Boy, it's a joy to watch Ingram as he's developed. One of the hardest working players in the game.
Outside, Avdia. On the arc. And again with the rebound.
Another board, and he set the franchise record for rebounds in a game. What an absolute vacuum he's been tonight.
He's inhaled any and every miss off the glass. Great performance to write his name in the team record books. Here's Benton. Well, they've got some work to do to cut into this lead.
And no need to get away from the game plan. There's got plenty of time to get back in it.
Ingram against Grant. And it's in there. Grant's got 12 points in just the second half.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Ingram kicks to Porzingis. Morant outside. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Avdia. Now here's Ayton. This is the baby hook. And so it's Cleveland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. We've got more in store for you right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Now Morant. We've got Walker. He's out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Kamara into the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
And so good off the bounce. Edwards working on his shot off the catch, and it is paying off.
Right side to Walker. And there's the defensive from second goal. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Cavaliers.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
Murray's checked in for Walker. Here's Benton. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Rejected by Murray. Here's Kamara. That one falls.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Porzingis passes to Morant. Another three for Cleveland.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Out left to the wing. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Edwards with the block.
And the athleticism of Edwards helping on defense. Capable of getting up to block shots.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 6 points for Zion Williamson.
And with the lead, I like the strategy. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something. This is when good players really get after it. You can sense that they're really in his gut with his foot on the rim.
Outside, Porzingis. To Williamson. And stolen by Ayton. Here's Batten. Edwards defending.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
They set a physical tone early on, and they're being rewarded for their efforts.
Here's Morant. The Trailblazers pull it in. Ayton's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Pass to Batten. Takes a three. A three-pointer is right on target.
You can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Morant, the bounce pass. Ingram outside. A three. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Or the Trailblazers. Walker's checked in for Moore. And Simon's in for Henderson. Trailblazers trail by 13. It's stolen by Edwards.
Oh, my. What a huge flush by Edwards. Showing off right now.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Outside, Simons. Morant, left side. Porzingis passes to Morant. Ingram deciding where to go with it. Cavaliers move the ball around. And the rejection by Ayton.
With his reach, it's hard to give anything over DeAndre Ayton.
A pass to Simons. That shot off. The Cavaliers leading by 15. To the middle. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Simons. Down low. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
This is such a good score. D has to pay close attention to Simons.
Cleveland has gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
Stay on him.
Kicks it out to Williamson. Pass to Morant. Outside, Porzingis. And stolen by Ayton. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Rupert. Here's Simons. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 4 assists now tonight.
Great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
A pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Ayton. All I want here. Here's Avdia. Good on the shot and exchange the lead single digits. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation from him. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And also, they've made it a point to push it off turnovers. They're playing smart and alert, capitalizing on mistakes.
Simons kicks to Williams. Incomplete pass to Avdia. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, they've got to clean up those mistakes.
Grant is checked in for 8. The Cavaliers leading by 10. Back to Morant. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And that's 21 points for John Morant.
And if you're wondering what makes Ja so special, it's his ability to take over games all by himself.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
He is totally in the zone, showing his incredible focus when it comes to attacking the glass.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. And that one's good. Ingram.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. Let's it go from 14. And with that shot, the Cleveland leaders go down to just 12 points with the basket from Simons. Ingram outside. Pass to Williamson. Tried to tuck it off through the foul and you go to the line. It's on Robert Williams.
And you know what makes Zion so much fun is that I don't think there's a comp for him. The combination of power and skill, you throw in that he's a lefty, and we've never seen someone like him in the league.
Greg, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
Unbelievable performance. He's got a quadruple double. Edwards.
Nice finish. Aggressive drive by Edwards, going into attack mode on that one.
And here are the Trailblazers now. They trail by 16. Morant with the steal. Puts one up from 19. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Morant. Porzingis has got 4 points in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
On defense, Cleveland. Here's Rupert. Grant outside. He's looking for Williams and finds him. It's good.
Want to close the gap, they're going to need to start running more sets through it. Let your stars lead the way. Come on.
Trailblazers trail by 16. To the inside. There's Williams. Nice D from Porzingis. Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Finished off by Edwards.
Flying high. Anthony Edwards, ladies and gents, cleared for takeoff.
For Portland, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. And so Chauncey Billups calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
Fans, let them hear from you. Make some noise for your Blazer dancers.
Player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
It is
percentage from the field tonight seems almost
Made up.
I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Simons finds Abdia. 14 feet away. A kick out to Simons. Kept alive.
And as long as he keeps missing from deep, the D will keep letting him fire away. He's just off from range right now.
Hero from long range. Rupert grabs the board. Rupert's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Simons wide open. He'll fight. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Here's James into the lane. And James throws it down.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
A nice shot by Simons.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And here's Doncic from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Doncic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The 3. And Simons is good for 3.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
They get it back. Doncic. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it.
And this is what they want. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Cavaliers.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in the first 2 games against this team, which equaled to 2 wins.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Porzingis.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
James in the post. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Simons, the basket. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Grant is challenging to defend without fouling, especially when he's attacking from the interior.
For 2, Jeremy Grant.
And the first one drops.
And, you know, with more responsibility, Grant has really blossomed. A dynamic two-way threat who wants to continue to get better.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Wembanyama passes to Jackson. The 3 for Doncic. Rebound by the Trailblazers. And it's desperation time now.
Doesn't matter if it's a 2 or a 3. They need the quickest shot possible.
Hero way outside. And another miss by Cleveland.
Cleveland foul. Jaren Jackson Jr. Second personal foul. 4th team foul. At the line for Portland, Jeremy Grant. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings them to within 10. And Grant drops them both. Near the three-point line, it's Doncic. Offline. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Zach. There's been some tough losses of late, but tonight you got the win. How resilient is your group?
You got to be a pro. You know, you got to come out here and do what you got to do our job. And, You know, we find out we had to get this win. We got to stop losing these games so we can win, and, you know, we got to get back on track.
Well, this is